What is going on, Savage here? I hope you're having a good day and I hope that you're enjoying Warzone. In today's video, we will be breaking down and analyzing some random trios gameplay, and throughout the gameplay, I'm going to be focusing on circle rotations, gunfights, and also the use of teamwork. I feel like a lot of players don't really focus on teamwork to get the W. They're more worried about getting their kill count and don't really care if they win. Guys, at the end of the day, the ultimate goal in a battle royale is to win the game. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the wolf pack today. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. And as always, if you haven't already, make sure you join our Discord community. The link is in the description below. Discord is basically a community forum where you guys can come together and look for teams. Utilize looking for groups pages to your advantage. Find some teammates that you can play with, get in sync with, get some synergy with, and go ahead and solidify some W's. But I know the past 4 videos have been focused on solos, and that's mostly because newer players need to get into the rhythm of playing on their own just in case their team does get wiped and they have to go solo dolo. But after 4 days of just pounding solos on the channel, we are finally returning to team-based gameplay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, so I have been focusing the past basically week on solo gameplay. That way you guys can kind of get in the habit of playing on your own, because if you're playing duos, trios, or quads and you play a lot, there's a huge probability of the chance of you having to play by yourself. If your team gets wiped or you just happen to get split up or whatever the case is, you guys need to develop that confidence as a solo player. But we're now going back to our normal schedule of solos, duos, trios, quads with some mixtures in there. And this is how I get my gameplay, boys. Because even the best quads player, trios player, duos player, they're going to be a really good solos player as well. You got to have the entire package. But here we are spectating this trio team. I'm Mr. Beefy, and they're going for scavengers, which I absolutely love to see. One teammate utilizing the helicopter's advantage while the other one's kind of run around. I'm not sure exactly what these guys are doing. I like the helicopter strat for sure. I would definitely rather you guys ride together. The helicopter's basically going on his own. All right, here we are spectating Jerry going for the scav, and yo, Tommy just straight, what an asshole. Tommy bailed from the chopper, and I don't think Mr. Beefy got the memo of the plan. Well, they've made enough noise now, which is definitely not a prime time thing, especially because there were enemies here. And of course, one is in combat right now, but Jerry goes ahead and he gets the kill of the guy that I'm assuming was camping the attic. All right, so now that we've won the fight, one thing they need to start doing is getting teamwork ready. You just killed one of their teammates. There's probably 2 enemies nearby, and Blue's on the hill by himself. Orange is in the house by himself, which is fine. He's still relatively close. But my main concern is Blue, just because he's pretty out there. If he goes down, no one's going to be able to res him without him getting executed and putting our lives in danger as well, because we'll have to push out of the house, up a hill, in a pretty vulnerable situation. There's also a vehicle coming towards us. I'm not sure if it's the same team or not. But again, in this fight, once you guys get a pick, you're now in a 3v2 scenario, possibly. You need to capitalize on that, group together, and just run the lobby like it's your little bitch. In this situation right here, with orange separated, blue separated, and us separated, if this team is a duo and this duo decides they want to go ahead and run this lobby and they're going to push in together, they're going to 2v1 Tommy, 2v1 us, and then go up the hill and make Blue their little bitch too. So when it comes to team-based gameplay, guys, you don't want to be up each other's ass, but you need to have the communication to go ahead, come together, and try to finish the fight. Right now, they're kind of distracted the vehicle, and they're not really doing much of anything. Blue is shooting at the vehicle right now, and now, oh, and Blue goes down. Weird. I don't really know what's happening right now. This is a joke, bro. No way. No chance, guys. A lot of people don't know this, but don't jump on any vehicle that's moving. It's not Blackout, it's not PUBG. If you jump on an enemy moving vehicle, it will instantly kill you. No questions about it. So now exactly what I was saying, you guys, watch out for is happening. These guys are getting picked off one at a time. First Blue goes down, then Green goes down, and then finally Tommy. But on the flip side, the enemy that killed him was also not really in a good position either. Instead of hugging the wall and utilizing the building as cover, he's out in the open. He put himself vulnerable. Luckily, he was able to win the fight. But again, fighting that way is never the play. Not to mention the whole time they're in the middle of a fight, this vehicle, I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to get a splat with everything inside of him. He ended up getting a lucky one because we jumped on the vehicle. But again, guys, if you're in a vehicle, I'm fine with you trying to splat people. But if you miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, give up, get out of the car, and start practicing with your gun, because clearly driving is not for you. All right, but here we are. Two of the guys that we were spectating have lost their gulag, and now we are solo by ourselves. And that's exactly why I've been pounding solos down your throats for the past 4 days. And I know a lot of people in the comments weren't too happy about it. We got a lot of comments like solos again, and things like that. But again, guys, there's a reason that I do what I do. There's actually a reason behind everything that I say. There's a reason behind why I post what I post, because I do believe that it all plays a part hand in hand at becoming a better player. So here we are, of course, solo now in a trios gameplay, which is more difficult than being in solos versus solos, right? Guys, make sure, even if you don't plan on playing solos, you at least pay attention to the solo content, because it will make you a better player if you ever end up in a position like this and you don't just give up. There are supply runs, which are definitely a great tactic to use. Because you are missing 2 teammates and it's still pretty early in the game, I definitely would, in this position, grab a most wanted bounty. I'm not normally a fan of the most wanted, but if I am solo in a trios or solo in a quads game and I want to get mass amount of teammates back, I will definitely grab a most wanted bounty, stay safe for 3 minutes, and get both my teammates back. Because in the time that you grab a supply run and in the time that you actually make it to the supply run, guess what? Your 3 minutes would already be up. Granted, yes, you're not pinged on the map, but again, don't let it deter you from grabbing the most wanted bounty. Hop in a Big Bertha, hop in a vehicle, play the edge of the map, play like a scared little girl. That's fine. Now, a lot of people get caught up in this shit too, right? A lot of people get caught up in this thing where they don't want to go for the objectives that their teammate marked. You need to go ahead and get it done fast, because we just wasted 60 seconds and that could have been time utilized to get our teammates back, whether you decided to go for the most wanted or decided to go for the supply run. Regardless of the fact, we shouldn't have been driving around and ghetto looting. There was nothing we really needed. I'd rather have my teammates back than have, you know, a picked up M13 or a kilo or, you know, things like that. When you're down teammates, especially early game, your priority should be getting your teammates back. But now that team is out, we're spectating Avocado, mandated drops, and as well as Dog for Breakfast. These names just still get me by surprise. I'm pretty sure Dog for Breakfast is one of those Xbox generated gamer tags, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it sounds like, at least. And this team has a loadout drop, and again, here we are sitting here looting when there's a loadout drop. Why are you looting for weapons when there's a loadout drop? There's no reason for it. Again, it's just wasted time. And I know it may not seem like a lot. It was only an extra 20 seconds, but yeah, you tell them. But this shit adds up. You do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you end up going up 2-3 minutes of wasted time. This here irks my nerves too, guys. If you guys are playing Warzone in a try-hard fashion, stop wasting that much time on a supply drop. There's no reason. You should already have in your head what you're gonna grab. You should already know where it is on your list. Grab it and go. Literally half a second to a second at best. Get in, get out, get your stuff, and roll out. Now, I will be making a video soon on how to play extremely passive, because there's been a lot of people in the comments saying, Savage, bro, I've been trying to play aggressive and I just can't do it. Make me a passive gameplay. So I'm going to be coming up with a video here soon. I'm teaching you guys how to play passive if you guys decide aggression is not for you, because it's not for everybody. Like I said in a few videos ago, you need to find out what kind of gameplay will benefit you. You need to find out what kind of gameplay you want to produce, and then go off of that. Just because most players want to play aggressive doesn't mean you have to. So everyone has their loadout in this position, and we have enough money for, well, anything else we want. We can get some UAVs in the air, we can get some self-reses, whatever the case may be. We have money, we need to utilize it. There's really no reason to be sitting here looting these boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes, especially now that we have a fire sale. We all need to be here utilizing this fire sale to our advantage. So when it comes to fire sales, what you want to do is spend all of your money. There's no reason to hold on to it. There really is not. All of your teammates at this point, I don't know what they're doing. They're like having a meeting on who gets the gas mask. All of your teammates at this point should all have self-reses already. You should already have advanced UAV spammed in the air. I know they've nerfed it since a few months ago, but still, you can get an advanced UAV up in the air to last you a very, very long time. So go ahead, buy UAV, call it in, buy UAV, call it in, buy UAV, call it in. Do that until you don't have any more money, because this fire sale is not going to last forever, and you're not going to get them every game. So why would you sit here and try to hold on to the extra, you know, around 9 grand to keep in reserve? It doesn't make any sense to me. Here we have Avocado in a fight going down. And again, I don't understand why teammates are this spread out. Looting phase is over. Once you get your loadout drop, guys, looting phase is over. You need to start hunting down teams. You start playing. Well, there, I guess it worked out. You need to start playing for some kills, playing for the win, and trying to get better at gunfights. Now, one thing I really want to focus on is when to play it up and when not to play it up, when to bail out and when not to bail out. So this is a bad thing that we're doing right now. One, we got shot one time. It almost broke one of our plates. Really didn't damage us that much. And instead of just finishing plating up, peeking, getting some shots off and trying to exchange, you know, tit for tat and hopefully getting it down so you can help your teammate out who's caught out in the open, which is Blue. Avocado's coming back in. So Blue's by himself out in the open. Instead of trying to help him out, we just played it up and ran for our lives. And we said, good luck, Chuck. Have a nice day. And here we are in this position of, I don't even know. And oh, we bought Avocado back. Sick. And now he's down again. Why? Because we weren't there helping our friend. Dog for breakfast literally just hightailed it out of there and essentially gave up. Not to mention, he should have vaulted over the wall in that situation. He definitely could have. So now we're in a situation where it's a 2v3, and as you can see, their whole team had sniper glare staring at us on the hill, and we're just running away from the fight. It doesn't make any sense. So basically, when you guys are in a fight, when to run and when not to run. If your armor plates are broken and you're out of plates and the guys are pushing you, you definitely have an opportunity to relocate and get out of that fight and get a better position for sure. For sure. But that was a good distance of a fight. They're not pushing you, brother. That is a good distance on a fight. They're not going to push you because if they did, they'd be out in the open. So there's no reason for us to have run from that fight. Not to mention, we called in Avocado. He landed right back on his loadout. For some reason, he obviously got killed wherever he was at, which leads me to believe that he was in the open. And for him to land back there without us getting a pick while one of our teammates is running away was definitely a bad call. Not to mention, we were already next to a buy station. We could have bought him back again. Those guys would not have pushed because of the wide open area. If they were to move out and you guys were watching, oh my God. If these guys were watching, it would have been an easy pick. You could have wiped that team instantly. And again, guys, this brings me to my point of sticking together. You don't have to be up each other's butts, but you guys need to be relatively together. And this is why communication is key. This is why I created the Discord for our community, so you guys could find some teammates that have microphones, or even if they don't, that at least utilize pings to try to communicate with their teammate, because this shit here just doesn't, this is chalk. This is a team that doesn't communicate. This is a team that doesn't care to communicate. And I can really tell this is not a pre-made squad. This has got to be a random squad, because every time Dog for Breakfast loses a teammate, he goes into a building, he closes the doors, and he hides. And he hides. And then he sits out a window looking up. What are you going to do with this gun, bro? You were in a closer fight and you bailed out because it hit you one time. Don't run from fights when you don't have to run from fights. They could have easily got their teammate back at military base. They could have easily suppressed that team, got together, and pushed that team and killed them. Honestly, that's not a hard push to do, but they just panicked and they ran. All right, so here we are now doing what, well, players do. Laying prone in police station. We're guarding this weapon, making sure that nobody gets it except for our dude Avocado. Now, again, this is exactly why I created this channel. This is exactly why I started making these videos, because I said to myself, you know what? Maybe not everybody thinks tactically. Maybe not everybody knows what to do. We have a vehicle pushing us, which is very questionable, right? They clearly have a UAV in the air, and still we're sitting here unattentive, unaware. Oh, we heard some noises, the grenades going off, and now all of a sudden we're going to get up and launch UAV. In the situation like this, clearly he wasn't paying attention, but Avocado should have been. So in a situation like this, when you're in a building, camping, whatever you're doing, and a vehicle's coming up to you, you can almost guarantee that they have a UAV up in the air. So at that point, what I would have done was get on the roof and try to shoot them out of the vehicle as they're coming up. That way I can hopefully get one pick, maybe even two. And also it would have been a hard push for them because of this open area. And as you're shooting off the roof, you have the high ground, you have the vantage point. It's gonna be very hard for them to contest you. But what we've done here is we laid prone, we didn't pay attention, we didn't even try to contest them, and now we allowed them to come to our building and not only get to the wall of the building, but also come inside. They could climb up the top, one could come in the bottom, they could sandwich us and absolutely ruin the day. So you guys, if you're getting pushed by an enemy, you want to go ahead and try to get a pick while they're out in the open. Don't allow them to push to you. Don't allow your fear. Oh shit, yeah, this team is ready to slay out. In a situation like that too, man. Look, I understand your plates are broken. Let's rewind a little bit. I understand your plates are broken in this fight, but there's no reason for you to sit here with your back turned to the enemy and you're trying to plate up. There really isn't, because what's going to happen? Oh, sick, you got your plates off and he's going to break them right all over again and even do more damage than was originally done in the first place. All right, so now we're in a fight where Avocado has gotten it down and execute. So clearly now there's only one enemy left. It's trios. We got the first kill. We now have the second. So it's a 2v1 situation. Yet Dog for Breakfast is still sitting in the armory laying prone and putting Avocado in a very tough 1v1 because he just got the down, because he just got the execution with the Uzi. In my head, I know my teammate needs to reload. He's going to need my help, not to mention your boy has no plates. So at this point, it's time for Dog for Breakfast to man up in a video game, go out there and try to help his teammate out. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. All right, here we go. Here we go. And he swiped the vest from his boy. That is just rude. That is just rude, dog. At least drop your boy a plate. At least drop him a plate. All right, there's another satchel right there. He's good to go. All right, also in a situation like this, guys, we know there's one guy left. What's he probably going to be doing? He's probably going to be hightailing it out of there. So at this point, I would at least go to the roof to get the high ground again and try to scan to see where the enemy's running off to. The longer we sit here and we wait and take all this time to loot, the more opportunity the enemy has to either go away or come back fully plated up and get the easy kill while we're distracted with this loot. All right, but at this point, guys, you know, the guy's probably gone. His team's probably coming back from the gulag, and or he's buying them back somewhere else. He's not going to stick around. But other teams are pushing in. All right, other teams are pushing in because the gas is pushing him in. So, of course, people will be coming from military and the compounds over to the north and things like that. So you got to be aware of other teams around you. This guy right here, I know this is not the guy that we're missing because if you guys rewind the video, the 3 enemies that we did fight was the guy from Saw, some guy in a camo, and also the guy wearing the orange vest. This is clearly some red costume slide canceling bunny hopping Betty Joe over here. So what this lets me know is that there's multiple enemies. There's probably a teammate somewhere, might be a full trio, could be a solo, but when you engage him, you got to keep in your head who you just fought, who you're looking for, what they look like. That way you don't just jump out there to chase down this one guy you may think is the last enemy and then get killed by the rest of his teammates. But let's see what he does. He's got the enemy broken. This is what I'm afraid of. He's got the, oh no, the glare, bro. The sniper glare, it's happening. It's happening as I say it. This is crazy. So the last thing I'm gonna do, again, this is why you pay attention to who you're fighting, so you know who you're looking for. And when you find someone you don't recognize, be aware, be on alert, let your alarms go off because this is gonna end really bad. So normally, if it's a 1v1, a 2v1 situation, if it's one guy and you have his armor broken, push him, get the kill, easy peasy. We have all of our plates, we have all of our ammo, we're ready to go. Granted, we need to reload, but we still have enough ammo to get a couple hits on the enemy and get the kill for sure. However, this is clearly not the guy we were originally fighting, so that lets me know his team is around. I don't know how many. We know there's a second guy right there clearly, but there might be a third. So we're just kind of tunneling on the enemy, getting full on focused and going for blood. And now we're distracted, getting shot from the right hand side, putting ourselves out there with no cover. And now we just put ourselves in a situation to get 2v1, which is very unfortunate. And now our teammate is left in a situation where he's focused on a different enemy. Meanwhile, the guy we are chasing is to his left, and he's probably going to get killed by both of them as well. So tunnel vision, exactly. And so tunnel vision doesn't just hurt you, it hurts your teammates too. So, you know, a potential 2v2 fight, because I think that's all it is, now ends and results in our death when we really had the better position in the first place. So again, my original thing that I said a few minutes ago was when that enemy had left, I would have got on the roof to scan the area, make sure nobody was coming in, especially since the gas was pushing them in. But because they failed to do that, they lost the fight and had to go back to the lobby. And I like the fact that this guy's doing this. You want to always at least scan the area and clear the area when you go to a new compound. I hate seeing people beeline for areas without even checking it. You don't have to heartbeat if you don't have a heartbeat. I never use heartbeats anymore. But just look at the windows, look at the doorways, see if you see any broken windows, see if you see any open doors. And if you do, let that be an alert that there may be somebody close by. But even if the doors are closed, also still be watching the windows as you push. That way, if someone peeks a window, you can quickly snap on them. Now, this circle is definitely a fun circle to deal with. You can almost always guarantee there's going to be a team sitting in tower. And I know that there's a team in tower now because there's a helicopter park on top of it. So you're going to have 3 guys, I'm sure, with R700s and HDRs just sitting there waiting for you guys to come out and put yourselves vulnerable. And the position that you guys are in really doesn't favor you when it comes to fighting these guys. So again, this is why I recommend always having a sniper on your team. I'm usually my team sniper. So in situations like this, you need to rely on your sniper to go ahead and get a pick, knock one of the enemies. That way, when the other one goes for the res, now 2 enemies are completely occupied and you'll have to worry about one blazing 3 of y'all down, which probably won't happen. Now we see a helicopter over here to our left, probably making his way to tower. So while they're engaging with each other, while they're fighting with each other, while they're distracted, take this time to push up to the tower and or maybe your other position, wherever it is you want to be. You don't want to be right here because the circle is only favoring this side of the circle. And again, when I'm saying this side of the circle, the opening of the airfield is how I split this circle in two. We're only favored about 35% of it. So I would imagine the circle will rotate to the south. Now we do have an enemy on us, and in this position, we're just sitting here heart beating for 9 hours. We know the enemy's here. We already pinged him, and we already know where he's at. Why we keep heart beating is beyond me. Once you know where the enemy is, stop heart beating. Go out there and push him. So now what's going to happen is we're in a position where we're going to have to move out. We're going to have to go to the south. We're going to have to go to the west. We're going to have to go to the southwest to get safe. There's probably no chance the circle is going to favor where we're at. I highly doubt it. So when this happens, when you guys are in a position like this, again, having a team sniper, you want to get a pick. And the moment you get a pick, you want to try to push out and get safe. Unfortunately, because we hug the edge of the circle right here, I don't see it happening. This is why I keep telling you guys to rotate early, because in a situation like this, if it's a full team of 3 people who slay out, it's going to be very hard for you guys to push, even if you get a pick. But if you get a pick, that's your time and opportunity to go ahead and move to get safe. You don't want to wait for them to get the res off and then all 3 of them back to shooting you again. Okay, so we got a pick. One of them may go for the res. Now is the time y'all should be moving. Now, oh God, and then your boy gets down, and the moment he gets down and executed, as we're pushing out, as we're in our head, we're about to get safe, we run right back to the building. Why? I don't know. There's no logic behind it. And now the guy you downed is definitely rezzed, and now it's a 2v3 situation. These guys are going to be gatekeeping you. These guys have you guys dead to rights. Actually, they're not even looking. They're not even looking. Now, as you're moving across, you want to try to keep your crosshair somewhat going back up to the tower, because the moment they peek, you're going to have to start getting some shots on them quickly. Right now, they're distracted with someone else, thankfully. I don't know why. They got to kill and executed your boy. They should have had in their head that, hey, there's probably more teammates over there. For some reason, they just kind of bailed from that fight. Very surprised they did that. What you don't want to do is sit in the middle of the street going back and forth, back and forth. You got to be decisive in this game. Even if you make a bad decision, that's fine. Just practice making decisions and making them quickly. If you make a bad decision, you can learn from that. But if you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, what are you going to learn? Probably nothing. Probably just shit. I didn't make a decision. I still died. All right, so the guy's got in the helicopter. I definitely would have utilized that cluster strike way earlier to destroy the helicopter. That way they didn't have a way to get safe. Once the helicopter's gone, you have your teammate, you have your boy shooting at the helicopter. Again, in a circle this small, when there's 19 enemies left, this is technically in-game. You don't want to be shooting helicopters and vehicles unless they're absolutely an instant threat. Don't hesitate, take the shots, you control your recoil. This is unfortunate. This man's gun's got a lot of recoil. I haven't seen the AK kick this hard before. Now, when you guys are shooting, whether it's on controller, whether it's on mouse, you guys need to pull down on the stick or the mouse to control your recoil. Don't just let it go crazy. You guys just need to pull down just a little bit to control that recoil. So here we have these guys out in the open. They have to come to us, right? And this guy does not seem that confident in his shots. And what really worries me is the fact that he's right here, because they have this entire bridge, they have this entire mountain, and they also have this window that's staring right at us in this entire open area. Now, if we stay focused on this guy right here, what's going to happen is he's probably going to get shot from the house, or he's going to get shot from over here around the bridge, right? So at this point, because he's not confident in shots and because he's not able to solidify this kill quickly, they need to push this building, take this building over. That way they can utilize the windows and the doors to keep an eye on the entire map. It is a centralized building, so it would be a great building to take over. I'm really worried about that window right there to the right. That's really my main concern. And here we are, super tunneled and focused up on the enemy. And again, even in this position, if you want to get the kill, go for it. But get the kill, get it fast, get in and get out. Because the longer we sit here, the more opportunity the enemies have to find out our location and then get the kill. I see tracers coming out of that window. I know there's a guy there. He just got it down of that guy behind the rock, and here we are going to take the execute. Why? Why are we executing? We're now revealing our position to the enemy behind us for a kill that's not even ours. That's crazy. Crazy. Surprised not getting shot in the back. I'm 100% shocked. You can't make this shit up, boys. You can't make this shit up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have Elite in a 1v8 situation. This is going to be hairy, bros. This is going to be a rough one. We have to move out to get the safety, and that building that we were already worried about, that I already said we should have taken over, is of course the last building in. There's a guy that's in here, and we're also getting shot or sniped at from the hill on the west. So we need to be very careful about how we push this fight. Definitely want to push it and get it taken care of first, because the longer we take to engage in this fight, the more chance we have at getting third party. Oh, he just got shot. Fucking weird. But the longer we take to get this fight engaged, the more opportunity the other enemies have to see us in the open. We're going to sit here and play passive because we don't want to fight the enemy, because we feel we're not good enough. And what's going to happen is we're going to get killed by another enemy. And that's exactly what's taking place right now. And then now he's trying to get in the building and put himself in a position to push the enemies that are camping in the house with no health. All right, now we have a nice 3v3 situation. And of course, again, this house is favored. Oh my God. All right, good pick. Good sniper pick by the enemy, but unfortunately their boy did get taken out regardless. Now, what do you do in a situation like this? What do you do when the house is favored and the rest of the field is open? You pray. You pray. Some of these fights at the end of the day come down to luck and aim more than it does strategy, right? You need to get a pick, which we got right here, but you should have got the pick before you downed your teammate, right? We should have got the pick. That way we could have turned it into a 3v2 situation and then pushed this house and hopefully kill these guys, but that's not going to happen. I don't see this team losing the fight. I really don't. I see they clear through the wall. Now, the last thing you want to do as an AR player or any player is contest a sniper head on like this. Granted, a lot of snipers aren't really that good, but if you do run into a one sniper out there that is pretty decent, he's gonna fuck you up. So you got to be very careful. Now, the sliver of this building is safe. I would not jump out of this building yet. I would definitely play in this area and just kind of peek the window one at a time, getting shots off and take them out. Again, I'm not sure what the terrain looks like over there because we haven't even looked yet, and we're already bailing out. We're already bailing out. We lost one. Okay, so this team should have instantly won this game. This team should not be in a position right now to lose. One, because they have the last safe building. Two, because it's wide open. All there is trees for cover. And three, the circle is coming back towards us. Oh, you hate to see it. If these guys would have just been paying attention to their mini-map, they would have been aware of their mini-map. These guys would have realized that and hopefully not have jumped out. But now it is a 2v2 fight because we lost Homeboy. Whether they execute him or not has yet to be determined. All right, we did get another down. So now now technically it's a 2v1, and there's one more guy. Running in the open. GG. So again, in a situation like that, the fight favored this team from the beginning. But GG, I really hope you learned the importance of teamwork in this video. There are a lot of situations where teammates are kind of just doing what they were doing, especially early on, and they ended up dying and paying the price for it. At the end of the day, even if you're a goated squad, if you separate from your team and you run into another goated squad, you're going to get shit on most of the time, right? Especially as a newer player, even an intermediate player, you guys need to develop that synergy to work together, play as a team, get the win, and then move on. There's no sense in fighting your teammates for kills if you're not at that skill level yet. But again, I really hope you learned something in this video. If you did, please let me know what it is in the comment section below. If you guys have any questions or recommendations for upcoming videos that you would like to see on the channel, please let me know as well in the comment section below. But have a good one, and until next time, keep on improving. Thank you again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out these other two videos over here. And as always, subscribe by clicking the button right over my left-hand shoulder. You have a good one. Until next time, good luck in Warzone.